This is Nat, he's a professional graffiti artist. I'm about to challenge him to see who can spray paint the best mural in under 1 hour. The only catch is it has to be something to do with Rubik's Cubes. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's go.
Just did a bit of a markup first, so basically that's just the basic letter structure. So I'm going to work a bit on the Rubik's Cube in the background and also the 3D as well. Bit of 3D, bit of cube, and then just go from there, really.
So we've already encountered a slight problem, which is that for safety I need to wear this and I don't actually know how to put it on. This doesn't feel right.
Batman.
Nat might have the skill and the experience and the good looks, but what he doesn't have is experience with the Rubik's Cube. I watched a few YouTube videos this morning, which I think makes me a bit of an expert. You might notice that I'm also wearing gloves because I'm a bit of an expert. So this was design number 1, which anyone in like grade 2 could do, which then graduated to this, as you can see, playing around on the back with this, but finally landed on this design right here. I think that looks pretty good.
I've always wanted to do that.
I just drew a mushroom. It's T, right? T for Ting Man, by the way. Not exactly going to plan, but I mean, it's not bad.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Olo Show. We have Ting Man and Nat. I think it's meant to be cube related, but that doesn't make me think of a cube, to be honest. So how are you doing?
Why are you
contestant?
suddenly in charge of this?
It's the Olo Show.
Looking good, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't really remind me of a cube.
You should be encouraging me.
Woo!
Oh man, never work with kids.
Well, basically just getting a bit of an outline ready for the Rubik's Cube in the background. Trying to get the cube shape, get some of the letters shape over the top as well. I'm a bit scared though. I don't know how Ting Man's going.
Honestly, you're doing better than my dad.
Nah, I'm sure he'll do well. He'll do well.
It's a work of art.
I couldn't have done it better myself. I'm just kidding, it actually looks pretty bad.
So what exactly was your thinking behind this?
It's Ting Man in bubble writing. I figured that Nat was gonna go really like sharp angular lines. So there's gonna be like fun, big bubble writing. A bit like this, capture the fun of Ting Man, you know?
I don't think that thinking went very well.
She's so brutal.
What exactly was your thinking behind this?
To get a picture of a cube. That's about as far as I thought. And write the word cube on top of it. So we got the outline, we got the cube, and now we'll start to fill some of the letters in.
Looking pretty good so far.
Hopefully better than Ting Man.
That's a low standard.
Trying to think about what I'm gonna say to you when you lose. Trying to figure out how to break the news to you later that everyone likes mine better than yours.
I knew I could beat you at Rubik's Cubes, but I didn't think I'd beat you at this as well.
You might have the skill, but I understand cubes. So it's what I'm bringing to this. All right, here's the part that I'm actually a bit worried about. I'm gonna start outlining it now. I'm gonna use black. There's no going back with black spray paint. So you see the bit in the middle for the A? I'm gonna make it look like paint dripping thingy. Just watch.
It looks like a guy with legs.
It's not a guy with legs. That is such a masterpiece.
It's a red pen.
Well, you're doing better than my dad in marks.
Happy days.
I sort of forgot for a second that it's meant to be about Rubik's Cubes. Ting Man's about Rubik's Cubes, right?
Ting Man is about Rubik's Cube. I was born in the darkness. Terrible Bane impression.
It turns out there's all sorts of different like nozzles. I was meant to use a really fine one for the yellow and I ended up using a really fat one. I found the fine one now. I'm gonna do the white shine in it and it'll be fine. And by that, I mean fine. Of that space over here, we're gonna have something to do with a Rubik's Cube there and a Rubik's Cube right there. We need color. Nailed it.
Probably about 3/4 of the way through, neatening things up at the moment. Actually found it a bit nerve-wracking. I know what it must be like to be cubing to the timer and everything now because I'm running against the clock. I've got a camera on me. Hopefully Ting Man isn't slaughtering me on the other side.
Hey, 5 minutes left, Nat. This could really go either way. This is the very, very last bit. I just need to outline the cubes and then we're done. Is that the little one? Oh no. I'm just gonna assume it's this one. I really hope I'm right. Oh man, there's a lot hanging on this.
The cube was difficult for me. I tripped over the camera, I think, too, during that time. So hopefully that thing's okay.
And not the straightest lines I've done, but they're not terrible.
Mic drop.
I think anything I add now will just make it worse. Actually, no, I'm gonna add one thing. I feel like it needs a little white thing over there.
That's it.
I think the principle here is not to mess with perfection. When you know you've got it, leave it alone and it's done.
2 seconds later.
That's what I wanted mine to look like.
Mate,
It actually looks like it's glowing.
happy days. Beautiful, brother. Ting man, look at you. Far out. New clothing range coming out soon.
I should actually just get a photo.
Get a photo of that.
Stick it on a shirt. I missed quite a bit of it. That's just the artist's choice.
You choose, mate.
It's the artist's choice.
Your choice.
The drip still reminds me of a human with little legs.
It's art. Look it up in the dictionary.
I'm a walking dictionary.
Now it's up to the people of YouTube to decide. I'm gonna stick these photos up as a community poll and leave it up for exactly 1 hour.
Yep.
And we'll see which one gets more votes.
Oh, mate, that'd be a tough one, I recken.
But in the meantime, let's have a little chat. All right, Nat, the poll is live on YouTube. Hopefully
Yep.
everyone's gonna vote for the better one.
Happy days.
Yeah. But while that's happening, I have to know, what's your story?
As a young kid, heard all kinds of music. I heard this song called Mr. Windle about a homeless guy who knew more about the world than the business people walking past him. And I just really went on this journey into this culture of hip hop, and you know, graffiti art's a part of that culture. Yeah, I think I just had a big life change when I was in my 20s. Found graffiti an amazing way of connecting with the next generation and just doing life with young fellas through youth work.
Would you be happy to say what caused that change?
Pretty traumatic events, going through things in life that test what you believe. Things that I thought were really important in life seemed to be worth nothing during that period of time. And so I think for me, I just went on a few years of really just discovering, well, what is life about? Jumping into the Bible for the first time and discovered something greater than I'd ever knew before. I found hope in Jesus, and then I wanted to tell others about it. So yeah, spent about 10 years in youth detention centres. Basically just sit and draw and connect, but really we're running church services and helping young people transition out. Some of the message would share in youth detention are one of my favourite in the Gospel of Luke about, you know, Jesus on the cross. Amazing conversation that Jesus has just before he breathes his last. And it's not with someone whose life looks incredible. It was actually this person who was nailed to a cross next to him, whatever reason, can't have been a good one. But this person looked to Jesus and realised at that moment who Jesus was. He looked at Jesus and said, will you remember me? Could you? You know, because look at me. And I think for me, that just blew my mind because I had this idea that we earned God's love. Therefore, live well, go to heaven. And here's a guy who hadn't lived well, but who'd realised that and then realised who Jesus was and that he fixes that. And at that moment said to Jesus, could you remember me? And Jesus says, yeah, truly today you'll be with me in paradise. So I think for me, I learned about this thing called grace. It's like this burden was off my shoulders and I could come to God with new eyes and say, you know, I don't want that stuff anymore. I want this treasure I've found here with you.
That's right. Having a YouTube channel where it's pretty important to spread positivity, especially to young people. I really do hope people watching this will be inspired as well to, you know, want to find that treasure for themselves.
Yeah.
But then also you know, what am I going to do with this treasure?
Yeah.
How can
Huge.
I share it with more people?
Huge. Yeah, beautiful. So there's a school that I work at that I absolutely love. It's an animal assisted learning centre. And it's amazing, our young people are amazing who come along. Transform Futures are the overarching organisation who look after that.
That is the end of the positive stuff that you're going to hear though, because we're now going to see the results of the poll and you're probably going to lose.
Oh, if you beat me, I'll just take up Cuban.
Yeah. That's good.
Happy days.
Time for the results. With 456 votes is Nat.
That is well deserved. So what I didn't tell you is that there actually is a prize reward.
Oh, what?
Because you won, I would like to donate $300 to Transform Futures.
Oh, I appreciate that a lot, brother.
Give Nat heaps of love in the comments. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, I appreciate that a lot.
Thanks for sharing your story and for inspiring me. This might be the start of a long journey into graffiti.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Maybe I should just quit filming now.
You can do both.
People just love getting creative for different reasons.
There's something special about this form of art. I mean, that's the first time I've ever made a graffiti mural. I think I'd like it if it wasn't my last.